Since 1999, Lead Guitar has delivered free in-school music programs to more than 70,000 kids facing significant socioeconomic challenges or other barriers to the transformative power of making music, improving student grades, graduation rates, and life skills along the way. The classroom footage, performances, and interviews collected here tell the story of Lead Guitar's nationwide effort to ensure that every learner of every ability and background has access to music education in their neighborhood school.
When I came here to work at Orozco, we had a classroom set of ukuleles and maybe like a handful of classical guitars in various states of disrepair, right? So we didn't have the funds to be able to start anything that would resemble a concert band or anything like that. However, lead guitar helps us get into an ensemble kind of situation in a really accessible way. I see kids also kind of branching off into their own interests as they kind of start to identify as guitar players, like kids who come in and now they're memorizing Metallica solos or learning Sweet Child of Mine or, getting ready to play something for their mom on Mother's Day, like things like that, and like kind of taking it on their own because the lead guitar has kind of helped them build this confidence and skill on this instrument. They know what to do and they know how to take it into their own world. So the culturally relevant piece and being able to get everybody on an instrument. And it's very exciting too for our parents, like when I tell them that their students are going to have 5 years of guitar lessons as part of their experience here at Orozco. They're like, oh yeah, that's amazing. They get so excited about it. Having Yvonne has been huge for so many reasons. It's such a gift to have a world-class musician come into your classroom every week to work with your kids.
All right, class. Thank you.
Something else that's really incredible is that he's also a parent of our community. Like his son goes to school at Orozco, which is just something that's so magical. You know what I mean? For him to be able to just be so dialed in to the community and the heritage and the place and the time of where my students are also at is something that's just such a meaningful gift. And then he's also a splendid teacher who brings incredible joy to the classroom.
Every time I teach, doesn't matter if sometimes there are more challenge days, of course. Sometimes we are a little bit more tired, or, but every week after I teach, I'm happy. And it's a subject to talk with my wife, my son, so happy.
I've seen students who have come into my room who kind of lack motivation or interest kind of evolve into these different people and establish these identities as musicians and artists by just kind of like letting themselves become a musician in the classroom, where at first, we experienced a lot of resistance, I think, because of who they feel they are when it comes to their other academic disciplines and the way that they don't feel like they're good enough or like they're doing well in their classrooms, and so they resist considering themselves a smart person who kind of come in here and like really like see like, oh, like I can do this. This is great. I love this. This is really fun. And eventually just like change and become more serious about music, and then hearing from other teachers how that affects their mood and their discipline, the good kind of discipline, in their classrooms. A student here at school who's, had some really serious discipline problems since he was a third grader. Couldn't get through to him, he wasn't interested, like wouldn't try. But this year something clicked, and it wasn't us, it was his peers. And he went out to the blue table with his peers and no joke, like 15 minutes later was coming into the classroom like with a huge smile on his face, just saying like, I'm a guitar player now, like check this out. And it never faded. I'll come into my room at lunchtime and he's sitting in my room practicing heavy metal licks on the guitar. You know what I mean? Like that's who he is now. Like he is a guitar player. And people around the building, staff around the building have really noticed a change in him because he's just found his thing.
Guitar means to me hard work and dedication. Like it really taught me how to manage my time. I mean, because like it's just practicing or like really like understanding, like with working with other people, and like really being confident in my own skills of like, you know, like I can do this and I can solve this problem by myself.
What I enjoy about a guitar class is practicing and having the space to practice, because my life is incredibly like so unpredictable. It's so hectic when I leave like campus grounds. So having like that small like predictability and like something to look forward to, I enjoy it a lot. There's days where I wake up and I'm just like, I can't wait to practice guitar today.
For me, I think like my favorite part about coming to guitar class and stuff is being able to hang out with all of my friends really, because I'm pretty isolated all the way where I live, and I don't have like, I can't drive or anything. So being able to be here with the people I hold close to my heart other than like family members is a really fun thing, and being able to share my interest of like guitar or really anything that we talk about is like really fun.
I feel like it's giving me a lot of confidence, especially when I play and how I perform in my performance. I've noticed lately that I really care a lot about my own performance when it comes to other things like in track, or how I like produce art, or how I write, or how I like just create in general, because I want to be satisfied with this product because it's coming from me, and this is a reflection of like who I am.
Next, you will see a performance by the Advanced Guitar Ensemble at Puck Eakhouse High School, located here in Los Angeles, California. We will be performing an iconic song, La Llorona, which is based on Mexican folklore.
Okay, so who knows the song now?
Yes, I know the song. I don't know the words. Bring back so many memories.
What were you saying? What were you saying about that song?
That grandma, like both of our grandmas used to sing it to us, like when we were.
Oh, when you were like little babies to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
My grandma would, oh my god.
So you recognize the melody, huh?
Yeah.
Remember how we always try to draw connections between patterns in the music? Do you see any patterns down low? This is a tricky one. It's kind of a trick question, yeah.
It's basically the top line, but all the notes are moved to the bottom.
Like reverse.
Like a lower, all the notes are on the lower level.
All the notes are slightly lower. How much lower are they?
One space.
One space. I would say the better term would be one
Line.
step lower. Yes, because this note, the D is on a line, and then we're just a C note down here. So then it becomes this. And then it ends.
Working with lead guitar definitely helped me to zone in on how I look at students with diverse learning needs who need like one-on-one, SECAs, paras. They're not in a general classroom. And it helps because when there were music teachers who were here for a year or two, they kind of didn't perform with those classes because they weren't sure of the abilities, or, you know, kids who maybe had issues with sound sensitivity, they didn't want to come on stage, things like that. With lead guitar, we're working with the middle school students, and they're not only like playing guitar and learning songs, but they're performing on stage. And at every single assembly, my principal makes sure to tell the audience, like, hey, these babies wouldn't even look at the stage. They wouldn't even come to the assembly. It would be too much stimulation for them. So lead guitar is like helping them understand what performance is about. Like not only being in the audience, but also showing off your talents. Teachers who have been at these schools and been with these students are like, yeah, they're not gonna remember nothing. Or like, this is gonna be too hard for them to do. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, because I don't know. And then it's like, wait a minute, the same students who you said weren't gonna remember anything, the same students that you said it's gonna be too hard or they're not gonna talk, they're playing instruments. They're like recognizing half notes, quarter notes, whole notes, like they're singing the melody.
That sounded good, y'all. Who about to do it by themselves? All right, let's go with Janaya, and then Taraji, and then Michaela, and then Cameron. All by yourself. You ready tonight? Everybody else go to rest position for me. All right, ready? 1, 2, ready, and. Look at the little percussion element. Good job. I love that.
I may not be the best reader, I may not be the best mathematician, but when I go to music class, I know how to play on my instrument. Or when I go to music class, I sing and I feel seen, I feel heard. And I have noticed that there have been some students who don't do a good job outside of music class, but when they come to music class, it's like their favorite class. They're always participating. I don't have any behavioral issues. They're always shining. They want to show off in front of the class. They volunteer to do things. My principal, again, she actually put the older kids at the beginning of the school day because in previous years, they just weren't doing a good job with attendance. But she's like, people are showing up. They want to go to PE. They want to go to visual arts. Ms. Griffin, they definitely want to come to music. And I'm like, do they? So, yeah, like, I've definitely noticed how music and lead guitar is like bringing in some of those skills and making kids want to come to school. If I could reach the stars, these specific kids at this campus, they're not exposed to concerts. Like, they're not looking at guitar ensembles. They're not looking at things like that on a regular. In the community, there are no free concerts going on in this community. They will have to go downtown. They will have to go up north. or whatever the case. They will have to seek these opportunities out.
Lead guitar is a good fit for Clayton County Public Schools because of their culturally responsive programming and because of their programming with technical skills. Lead guitar works well with teachers, it supports teachers, it gives teachers curriculum, and the curriculum design helps teachers understand that they're not alone. I've seen that the music programs have increased their enrollment. The guitar classes specifically have increased their enrollment. So it is having a positive impact on music education in our school system because now we are getting requests from other schools to try to implement lead guitar and to offer guitar classes at their schools. The students are showing soft skills such as executive functioning. They're showing collaborative learning. They're able to engage in group work even more now that they're participating in lead guitar because the instructors that we have coming to our schools, they really believe in that small group. I want to talk to you. I want to engage in conversations with you centered around music.
I'd say to this particular project, it's the follow-up. It's going beyond the experience and staying with those students and continuing to see what their needs are. That's sort of opening the door. And then you hope the student walks through it and says, okay, I got something going here and I feel better about myself and my ability to express myself with this guitar and then what else? I actually think I want to study music, or I always want this to be in my life, but I was thinking about being an engineer. I just didn't know if I could do it. And then matching them up with people who can help support those goals and dreams.
I love to play the guitar, and I guess I'll never stop playing.